morning. I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros.
We'd like to welcome our guest anchor for today, si Angela. Siya ay nag-guest
Ikaw talaga.
She's the host of Good Morning Kapatid. Actually, madami nagtatanong, hindi ka ba kayo mapapagod? 3 a.m. sa studio na kayo? Sabi ko, ako okay lang. Kasi pagdating ng brunch, ako nakatulog ako ng konti. Si Angel pagod na. Lalamunin ko siya sa banter. Hindi na siya makakasingit.
Tingnan natin.
Hindi mo kaya.
Uy, yung pagkain natin, ginataang bilo-bilo.
Oh my
gosh.
Guys, madaming nangyari over the weekend, over the week.
Oh
Alam mo
my
naman,
gosh.
mga meltdown ko, mga tapunan sa West Philippine Sea, and so much more.
Naloka ko din.
And pugutan ng ulo. Napaka-morbid na weekend.
Oo
no? But,
naman. Why like that?
But we all know naman, if it's from that family, we take it with a grain of salt. That's really their brand. So much to talk about, but we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch. Now let's begin our countdown with updates on the UAAP. The Ateneo Blue Eagles defeated UST Growling Tigers in men's basketball on Saturday, 67-64. Andrew Bongo led Ateneo with 14 points, while Ian Espinosa chipped in 11 points. With this, Adamson or ADMU rose in the ranking, tying the FEU Tamaraws and the Adamson Falcons. The game was held at the UST Quadricentennial Pavilion in España, Manila. Ateneo, not Adamson.
Ateneo de Manila University and the MU.
Yes.
All right, in the PBA, Barangay Nebra wins against San Miguel on Sunday, 102-99. Maverick Ahanmisi turned in his finest game in the series, putting up 25 points. Meanwhile, Justin Brownlee, as usual, had a good game with 21 points and 7 rebounds. Japeth Aguilar, 20 points, while rookie RJ Abarientos and Scotty Thompson chipped in twin-digit scores. Barangay Ginebra and TNT will face off in the PBA Governors Cup Finals on October 27.
Yan ang mga kaganapan sa basketball.
Nalaglag sila Junmar and the San Miguel Beermen. On the UAAP side, LaSalle was already assured of a Final Four due to yung...
Sila yung number 1, ano?
Number 1 record nila, so they're assured of a Final Four berth. So naghihintay na lang sila ng 3 more entries into the Final Four and to determine sino maglalaban sa championship. Oo. Right.
All right, let's continue with our countdown. Coming in at the 9th spot are the OFWs in Lebanon. 77 OFWs were successfully repatriated from Lebanon last night. So far, over 600 OFWs came back to the Philippines since the conflict in Lebanon that started in October 2023. The Department of Migrant Workers said around 400 OFWs are still left in Lebanon. One OFW shared her traumatic experience during the conflict. Alright, so yung mga kababayan nga natin dyan na mga na-repatriate and nakabalik na dito sa Pilipinas, hindi lamang mga livelihood assistance yung makukuha nila, kundi hospitalization, psychological treatment din, kasi dahil nga dito sa trauma na naranasan nila doon sa Lebanon.
Pero what we'd like to see, no, and I'm also voicing out yung mga sinasabi ng ibang lawmakers na since we already have a department, dati kasi POEA lang yan attached to either DOLE or DFA. Ngayon, since meron ka ng Department of Migrant Workers, dapat meron na tayong proactive measures or protocol in place na alam ng tao. Kasi hindi alam ng tao, ano ba protocol talaga? Reactive lang ba kayo? So, kasi it looks like reactive agency ang nangyari, di ba? So, hindi alam, kunyari, pag level 1 at level 2 at na-force na repatriate ako, pag umuwi ako, anong meron ako? Dapat automatic, alam na ng Pilipino, ano yung meron option siya so that he can decide pa lang pag nag-break out ang conflict, level 2, pag umuwi ako, alam ko may 10,000 ako.
Yes.
So it has to be proactive. We cannot anymore be...
Tsaka yun nga ang ang pinaka sinasabi dyan is yung wag nang antayin na magkagulo po dyan, magsara yung mga exit, yung mas maggulo at magsara yung mga exit doon, di ba? Wag na mandatory na repatriation.
Kailangan ng kape. Kaya nga as I said, kailangan natin ang proactive department. All right, let's move on to the next. On our top 8, let's check in on the weather. Tropical Depression Christine has entered the Philippine area of responsibility. For the latest Pag-asa weather forecaster, Charmaine Varilla is now on the line. Charmaine, good morning.
Good morning. Magandang umaga at narito ang ating latest weather update dito sa Pag-asa. Kaninang alas 4 na madaling araw ay namataan ng sentro ng Tropical Depression Christine sa layong 1,050 kilometro timog-silangan ng Luzon. Ito ay may lakas ng hangin na umaabot na 55 kilometro kada oras malapit sa sentro at mga pagbugso ng hangin na umaabot na 70 kilometro kada oras. Ito ay kumikilos pakanluran, timog-kanluran sa bilis na 30 kilometro kada oras. Samantalang nakataas ang ating Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal number 1 sa mga lalawigan ng Catanduanes, hilagang silangang bahagi ng Northern Samar at hilagang silangang bahagi ng Eastern Samar at walang nakataas na gale warning sa anumang panig ng ating karagatan. Samantalang ang Bicol Region, Eastern Visayas at Quezon ay makararanas ng maulap na kalangitan at kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog na dulot ng bagyong Christine. Ang Metro Manila, Mimaropa, Zamboanga Peninsula, Northern Mindanao, Caraga, Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi at iba pang bahagi ng Visayas at Calabarzon ay makararanas din ng maulap na kalangitan at kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog na dulot ng trough ng bagyo. Samantalang ang mga nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa ay makararanas ng paminsan-minsang maulap hanggang sa maulap na kalangitan at kalat-kalat o pulupulong pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog nang dahil din sa trough ng bagyong Christine. Mula dito sa DOST Pag-asa, Charmaine Varilla, nag-uulat.
Charmaine, tanong ko lang hanggang kailan kailan ba natin i-expect na makalabas itong bagyong Christine sa Philippine Area of Responsibility?
Kung wala pong mga pagbabago dito sa kanyang track, ay ine-expect natin na makalalabas siya ng weekends po mula umaga ng Sabado hanggang umaga ng Linggo po.
Yes, I'd like to ask also since we're already approaching November and December and asahan natin kung may madaming bagyo pa yan, no? Pero ang gusto kong malaman, what part of the country ang mas makakaranas ng mas malalakas na bagyo? Are we looking at the northern part or sa bandang south?
Sa ngayon po, ganitong mga buwan, yung bagyo po o yung track natin ay pababa na sa may Visayas at Mindanao.
Okay.
Pero dahil hindi pa po malakas yung amihan, tumataas pa yung bagyo natin hanggang dito sa northern parts ng Luzon.
Okay, and ano yung natin, expectations with regards to yung effect ng La Nina sa amihan and the remaining months?
Okay po. So, dito po muna tayo sa La Nina. Ang La Nina po kasi may mga pag-aaral na magiging mas frequent po yung pagdaan ng mga bagyo at pag-develop niya dito sa loob or malapit dito sa ating bansa. Okay. At saka, nakataas po tayo ngayon ng La Nina alert. Ibig pong sabihin na merong 71% ng tsansa na ma-develop ang ating La Nina sa mga susunod pang quarter, particularly po sa first quarter next year.
Okay. At least malinaw na yun. Thank you.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyo, ang ating Pag-asa weather forecaster, Charmaine Varilla.
Ayan, nasa malinaw, ang La Nina is expected pa ng first quarter of next year. Pero next year kasi, January, malamig pa yan.
Amihan.
Tapos alam mong pagpalo ng March, that is already dry season. So, dun papalo ang La Nina. Interesting.
Alright, coming up. Is President Rodrigo Duterte willing to accept the House Quadcom's invitation to attend the probe into his war on drugs campaign?
And what are the reactions of some lawmakers about Vice President Sara Duterte's latest tirades against President Bongbong Marcos? Best Philippine Sea.
We are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Good morning! You're still watching Brunch here on One News. Bati lang muna ako dito sa mga nanonood sa atin sa YouTube, si Gary Ko, si Julius Manalo. Ito ba si Julius Manalo, yung guest namin kanina doon sa kabila? Yung nag-viral,
What, ano?
half-brother ni Jay Manalo.
What, mga bate?
Oo, nandito siya eh. Oh. Gary ko, si Ronald McStay, si Mark
Baka iba.
Santiago.
Tulog na yun.
Baka namesake. Okay, si Mina Benales, si Tita Daisy, Tito Naldi, Tito Nito. Cancho, yan.
Ito, meron tayong message from Migs Abron. Hello daw, Brunchies. Have a wonderful day. Angela, done watching GMK kanina. Ralph Domingo, happy birthday, Angelo, a.k.a. Dracula, and Angela, a.k.a. Balete White Lady. Cecil Tamayegot, good evening, Tito and Tita.
Si VJ, si Ate Ringo, di ba si Tasha, yan, mga nanonood.
Si Angel, ano
sa
po
atin
yan? Ano yan? Tinag-iisipan ko kung magsistay yan dito. Guest host natin yan dito.
Alright, sige po.
Let's move on.
On our top 7 is the abducted American national in Zamboanga del Norte. The U.S. government is now coordinating with local authorities to locate Elliot Eastman. Officials from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, visited Sibuco town, where Eastman was reportedly kidnapped. The American was reportedly shot by a group of armed men and then took him to a motorized pump boat last week. The local police said they have already identified some persons of interest.
Si Eastman is a YouTuber.
Oo.
And prior to his kidnap, he came out with several videos na sinabi na niya na alam niyang makikidnap siya.
Alam niya, natutunugan niya.
Alam niya makikidnap siya because he would not be surprised daw. And sure enough, right after his last video was sinasabi niya na makikidnap siya. Mawawala siya, and if I don't stream anymore, then you'll know I was taken. And then true enough, he kwento rin niya that there's some people are looking at him daw na hindi tama.
Why, ano ba yung content niya usually?
Wala naman, nothing political. It's just that parang feeling niya they don't like him. And isa yung YouTuber kasi na may pera naman. Kasi hindi naman siya pipitsugo na YouTuber. He has a decent following naman. Yan, and then he said na when he arrived there, kasi he met his wife there.
Yeah.
When he arrived there, hindi na maganda ang tingin sa kanya ng mga tao, and he's not surprised if he'll be kidnapped. And his last video prior to the kidnapping said, malapit na yan. Sabi niya, mawawala na ako.
So, ito na nga yung last week.
He had a message already. And last week, true enough, nung pumunta sa bahay para kidnapin siya, binaril pa siya sa paa.
Wow.
Kasi parang he was trying to challenge them or fighting them.
This is in Zamboanga del Norte, no?
And then they took him nga to that boat and on towards yung they're not sure yet kung anong island, but they took him somewhere.
And so far, up to this point, wala pang mga iba pang detalye tungkol sa kidnapping, no? Kung may humihingi bang ransom, magkano ba yung gusto, nasaan sila. Pero they have already identified some persons of interest.
They're trying to determine if it's just simply a kidnap for ransom activity, and they're looking at his content also. May sinabi ba siyang content?
Oo nga, that's why, di ba, I asked, ano ba usually content niya? Kasi I'm not really familiar with his
I've heard his name.
content.
I've heard his name sa social media, but hindi ko alam kung ano yung premise ng content. But usually kasi ang mga features ni Eastman is he goes around Cebu province, Mindanao province, tapos he looks at the iba-ibang places to visit, para nagkikritik siya. Yun ang ginagawa niya. Oo.
Okay.
Parang backpacker style siya. Okay.
Alright, sige, let's continue with our countdown.
Bilang Pilipino, bilang Pilipino.
Placing 6 in our countdown is about the party list system. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, are urging lawmakers to push for the complete overhaul of the Party List System Act. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said the law should be amended to further address the concerns of various sectors, especially the marginalized. He emphasized that an overhaul is needed to address the numerous criticisms thrown against party list groups and even COMELEC. Critics of the party list system said that political aspirants who do not genuinely represent the marginalized and underrepresented sector are exploiting the law. Kasi
1995 pa yan. 1995, nung unang inilabas nga itong Party List System Act na ito, under a good, magandang hangarin, di ba? Under the late President Ramos.
Actually,
diba?
hindi mo kailangan, if you read the party list system, ako nga, I never knew it until recently. If you read it carefully, it's not really meant to address yung marginalized representation. The mere premise of the party list system is to strengthen the actual political parties in the Philippines in the hopes na may lilitaw ng 1, 2, or 3 parties dyan na malakas, and then baka maka-establish tayo ng party systems like the US where you don't vote anymore for personalities, but rather you vote for the political party itself, at kung sino man yung nasa loob will just simply push forward the platforms and
Lead it.
advocacies of the actual party. So that was the intent. If you read it, that was the intent.
Pero
to
yun nga,
strengthen
dun
parties.
sa resolution na lumabas from the Supreme Court, sinasabi, nililinaw nila na kahit sino,
Kahit
basta
sino.
may advokasya ka,
Pwede.
doesn't necessarily mean na galing ka mismo dun sa marginalized sector na yun, ay po pwede kang tumakbo bilang party list.
Kunyari daw,
Party list. Pero yun nga yung nagiging problema ngayon kasi 'di ba, matagal na debate na, ba't tatakbong party list yan? Ang yaman-yaman niya, 'di ba? So kaya sinasabi ng COMELEC, ayusin na lang ng lawmakers para mas maayos
Kung ayaw
at
niyo-
talagang maiangat yung mga marginalized sector.
Yan ang misconception kasi. Ngayon lang, hindi na-educate ang common folk on what the party list system is all about. It is not a system enacted to give a voice to marginalized people. It is a system to give a certain person who has advocacies in place to push for his agenda.
Exactly.
So kunyari, ang advocacy ko is lahat tayo uminom ng tubig. Pwede yon, provided I have the base numbers to show na, I have 50,000
Ang problema
people.
kasi, ang nangyari over the years since it was enacted, itong Party List System Act na to, ang nangyayari, nagiging parang stepping stone ng ibang mga bata na sa party list para makapasok sa politika, or ginagamit ng mga batikang politiko na kapag wala na silang pwestong malugaran, 'di ba? Kung local man 'yan o national na position, mag-party list tayo para politiko ka pa rin. Ganun na nangyayari, 'di ba?
Ay, again.
Kaya dapat lang talaga ayusin at para mas mabigyang halaga
You have
yung
to-
mga marginalized
basta
sector.
before
Dahil yun
mo-
yung importante.
Basta before you move forward, they have to define, is it for the marginalized or is it simply for advocacies? Yun ang alamin mo dapat.
Alright, let's continue with our countdown. Moving over now to our top 5, 2 more senatorial aspirants paid a visit to former Vice President Leni Robredo in Naga City. Robredo shared photos of her meeting with Sagip Party List Representative Rodante Marcoleta. She described Marcoleta as a former colleague in the House of Representatives. The former Vice President also posted pictures with retired Marine Colonel Ariel Querubin. Robredo said he was her co-parent at the Ateneo de Manila University. Actually, hindi naman ako nasusurprise na talagang may mga politiko lalapit sa kanya dahil alam naman natin yung base, 'di ba, ni former Vice President Leni Robredo diyan sa Naga City.
Actually, ganito yan. No? A lot of pundits were discussing about this issue.
Yeah.
Kung hindi nag-away si PBBM tsaka si VP Sara, yung Duterte-Marcos faction, you would not see as much going to VP Leni
Yes.
for support. But the mere fact na yung base ni PBBM and VP Sara is divided, and no less than Sara Duterte admits that they
Yes.
would have lost to VP Leni Robredo.
Kung di sila nag-unite.
Kung di sila nagsama. So yung assumption nito is si VP Sara has 15 million, PBBM has 15 million, si Leni has close to 16 million. Ngayon, yung mga lawmakers who are on the fence, whether they're not sure kung kay PBBM ka o kay Duterte, to secure a certainty and a base of a good number, lalapit sila kay VP Leni para may third alternative
liligawan
sila.
nila.
So that way, hindi sila beholden to
Why do you think,
PRRD or hindi sila beholden kay PBBM.
And this is not the first time na may mga politiko lumapit sa kanya, 'di ba? Unang-una si Vice President Sara Duterte, 'di ba? Bumisita doon sa kanya, nag-courtesy call. Si former DILG Secretary Benhur Abalos, 'di ba? And so on and so forth. So tapos yung nagkita pa sila sa Sorsogon ni President Bongbong Marcos.
Kaya ika nga, and before we move on, ika nga, she may not have won the election but she already started a wave of pink daw. So yan ang mga sinabi ng mga pundits.
Yan ang
The pink wave.
aabangan sa
Alright.
susunod na kabanata.
Let's move on to the next. Arriving at the fourth spot is about President Bongbong Marcos. The president attended the inauguration of Indonesia's new president, Prabowo Subianto. He was with First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos to witness the inauguration of Subianto and Indonesian Vice President Gibran Raka Buming Raka. The president reaffirmed the Philippines' desire to strengthen bilateral ties with Indonesia. He and the First Lady came back to the Philippines earlier this morning.
Yan. Expected naman din natin yan yung suportahan. Naalala mo, nung bagong upo pa lang si President Bongbong Marcos
Marcos.
dito nagtatanong sila, ano yung unang bansa na pupuntahan niya? Indonesia.
You make
And,
a joke with Dodo dati, di ba?
Yes.
Oo.
Well, alam naman natin yung very important, significant no, na relationship between the Philippines and the Indonesia. And we also know ang Indonesia ang de facto leader ng ASEAN, which is nag-co-found nito kasama yung
And we all
daddy
know the
ni
importance of
PBBM.
Indonesia and Thailand
Yes.
and Malaysia.
When it comes to
Lalo kasi may West Philippines,
Philippines
issue.
issue.
Although may kanya-kanyang claimants tayo in the same area, pag nakikita kasi ng China na these countries, Southeast Asian countries at
ang Indonesia ang tapong nila.
at Southeast Asian countries na nagsasama-sama, then may leverage tayo in the future discussion.
Exactly.
Oo.
So, kaya hindi naman nakakagulat-gulat pa na pumunta sila doon to attend the inauguration. And yun nga, kasi yung mga bilateral ties natin with Indonesia and ay yung tungkol sa, di ba, economy, security, defense, yan.
Historically strong bilateral ties.
Okay, sige, let's continue with our countdown. Coming in at our top 3, the House Quad Committee is set to resume its hearings on extrajudicial killings and illegal drugs this week. Here's a report.
House Quad Committee Overall Chairman Ace Barber said Senator Bato de la Rosa should not lead the Senate's probe into the drug war. This echoes the previous statement of Senate President Chase Escudero.
The most logical thing to do, no? Dapat mahirap naman kasi na imbestigahan mo yung sarili mo sa sarili mong komite, no? Kung ikaw ang inaakusahan, no? And this goes the same to all others that are being accused, no? Ano kaya magiging resulta ng committee report kapag ganon?
De la Rosa and Senator Bongo were among those implicated by former PCSO head Rowena Garba in her testimony. Garma alleged that the two lawmakers are involved in the reward system under the previous administration's drug war. Barbers, though, said he respects the parallel investigation by the Senate to be led by the Blue Ribbon Committee, but
And the same testimony ang ilalabas nila, parang sa tingin ko, parang hindi na siguro dapat anuhin yan, bigyan ng kumbaga ng weight, no? But again, karapatan nila yan and the rules does not prohibit, no, yung ganyang klaseng parallel investigation. So we will respect that.
the lawmaker denied reports that they will also include Vice President Sara Duterte in the investigation. The House Quad Committee will resume the hearing on extrajudicial killings tomorrow and on illegal drugs by Wednesday.
Yun. So, officially, in-invite na nila si PRRD kasi there were talks lang before. Diba? And initially also, sinabi ng partido ni PRRD na hindi sila attend unless magbibigay sila ng educated questions. Pero ngayon, over the weekend, nung nagpa-interview itong si former President Rodrigo Duterte kay Sal Panelo dun sa kanyang radio show, radio
Attorney
program, oo, Attorney Sal, sinabi niya na, sige, attend ako, sasabihin ko na lahat ng mga nalalaman ko kasi sinasabi niya, ni-reiterate niya yung sinasabing, ang tawag doon, yung matrix, di ba? Yung mga bayaran na allegedly na mga reward system dito nga sa operasyon ng drug war, ay sinasabi hindi totoo dahil ang mga binibigay lang daw niya sa police ay good job, pat at the back, at saka pakain daw.
Actually, hindi. Ang gusto tignan natin dito is the role of a sitting president with regards to giving was it a direct order to kill or was it simply an order to go on a full out war on drugs tapos
Yes.
pag ganang laban patayin mo. Plus yung budget of the Office of the
Yun.
President. Number one, as we all know naman, we cannot really audit that line by line. But ang gusto kasi ni Congressman Dan Fernandez na na-interview siya, let's have another mechanism that strengthens the way we audit the budget from both the OVP and the President and how tight yung pag-release natin ng confidential
That's
funds.
why they're going to ask help, assistance from AMLAC para dito sa mga pera, yung flow ng cash, no, during his term, 'di ba? Kasi sinasabi nila una, baka daw nanggaling yung reward system sa confidential fund ng presidente. Pangalawa po, pwede nanggaling sa mga small town lottery, sa mga pogo, etc. So that's why they need
Baka
to
galing
see.
daw sa PCSO.
Oo, so that's why they need to see yung cash flow. And then
Hence,
doon makikita kung sinong mga nabigyan, baka may mga key figures tayong makita.
Bakit nila naisip PCSO? Kasi nandyan po si
si Garma at
Si
that
Garma.
time. Oo.
Alright,
Alright, sige.
Don't go away because we're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo. Uy, may special guest. Abangan nyo.
Brunch break muna tayo. Sa mga marites at tolits dyan, may bagong quiz show sa TV5 na swak para po sa inyo.
Ito ang quiz mosa, ang Chismis with a Quiz. Chumika tayo about this new show kasama si OG, Cheese Master ng industriya na si OG Diaz. Ang kanyang co-host si Kid Yambao. Tama ba ang pronunciation ko?
Good morning.
Uy.
Si Kid Yambao,
Oh.
paring
Paring.
Diego at Maring Angela. Si Kid yung isa sa mga host, so tatlo silang host natin. Ano? Ako yung main host, ako yung Cheese Master. Ako yung nagbibigay ng mga game show na parang pero with a twist, na magbibigay rin kami ng chika.
So lahat ng questions na itatanong sa show mo, lahat related sa mga maiinit na topic or may mga luma
trending
din?
issues, trending topics. Kasi ihahapay namin o ibabagay namin yan sa mga contestants namin. Kung mga players,
okay.
tungkol sa sports, may konting showbiz, pero mas lamang yung sa field nila. Tapos magbibigay rin kami ng pag may nabanggit na pangalan, magdadagdag ako ng parang trivia or kung ano yung latest issue dun sa pinag-uusapan. So yun naman isisingit namin.
Pero paano, kasi kalat na kalat po sa social media
Yeah.
itong show niyo, talagang excited yung mga kapatid natin na mapanood to. Kasi first ever to no? In Philippine history na talk show.
At nakakaloka, first ever din na makita ko yung mukha ko nandun sa globe ng,
Sa MOA.
sa MOA.
O, di ba?
May ikot, no?
Grabe magmahal ang TV5.
O, di ba?
Sobra.
O, di ba? Pero yun nga po, sino daw po yung pwedeng sumali? Siyempre, lahat ng mga kababayan
Oo,
natin gustong sumali.
Actually, lahat naman. So, pero, meantime, yun muna ang mga celebrities at personalities. Siyempre, magpapalakas muna tayo. Pag na-establish na, unti-unti, iwe-welcome na namin yung mga chismosang kapitbahay. So, ang tawag namin sa kanya, kung merong dabar cats, may madlang people, meron kaming mga chismosang kapitbahay.
Oo.
Dahil ang chismis naman, nagsisimula sa kapitbahay.
Yes, totoo yan.
Uy, totoo.
Oo, pero tanong ko lang si Kid, di ba? This is your first time na makapag-host ng ganito?
Ay.
Hindi naman. Pero Papa, how do you prepare or how did you prepare for this role?
Actually, wala nga kasi parang sobrang late ako nasabihan about dito.
Huli siya na nag-audition.
Pinakahuli
Nag-send
po
siya ng
kasi ako eh.
videos. So, nagustuhan naman siya ng management.
Wala pang isang linggo po.
Kailangan mo. So, pero updated ka naman sa mga latest chika.
Updated naman po at syempre,
niya.
hindi naman.
Wala sa isip.
Hindi naman. May experience lang po ako sa konting pag-hosting dahil galing po ako sa DOS.
Okay.
Sa Showtime.
Sa Showtime
Sa
po.
Showtime.
Dati
Tapos,
siyang member ng hashtag.
Opo, ng hashtag, ang grupo po namin.
Pwede niyo
Tapos,
pa bang gamitin yung hashtag?
na kanta or
Yung kanta,
sa pangalan?
yung pangalan.
Bawal na siguro. Bawal na siguro.
Bawal na, hindi na
Bawal
siya
na
doon,
siguro.
oo.
Si Mama Upo kasi, simula po ang nag-artista ako. Siya yung manager ko po. 2013, 14, ganun po. Siya na po.
Oy, pero alam mo, i-share ko sa iyo, context lang. Nung bago akong artista, 1996, si Mama Og, ang
bata pa
unang
kami
nagtanong sa akin sa press con ko. Sorry, nabanggit yung edad
Linggo
natin.
po.
Si Mama
Bata pa
Og,
kami
ang unang nagtanong sa akin nung
Ano
nasa
tinanong
podium
ko?
kami.
Tinanong sa'yo.
Ha? Hindi ko na maalala, pero just, pawis na pawis ako.
Hindi, puro kasi mga harot-harot yung question ko. Kasi uso noon, Maring Angela, baka naman kasi matanong mo siya,
Oo
may
nga eh.
pag-awayin yung tono. So ako na magsasabi na pag mga bagong artista kasi, ang usually, siyempre pag bakla yung reporter, tatanong namin, kailan yung first experience mo?
Gano'n.
Tapos, pag sinagot, merong next question. meron ka na bang gay experience?
Ganon.
Ganon. Ngayon mo itanong yan, Diyos ko, ibabash
Bash
ka.
ka na.
Oo, tama.
Iba na. Pero,
Iba.
balik po.
Hoy, I'd like
sige,
to
go
ask,
ahead.
ang interesting, Mama Og, paano kayo nagka-connect with TV5? No? Paano nagsimula lahat to?
Okay. So, si Enrico Santos kasi, na siya ring nagbigay sa akin ng sarili kong show sa ABS-CBN.
Yes, oo.
Nung way back 2005, yung Showbiz #1 na everyday din, tumawag sa akin at sabi niya sa akin, baka naman pwede mo kaming pagbigyan na mag-pitch sa'yo ng bagong show. It's a game show na may halong talk show. Ganun. So pinagbigyan ko. So, bago ako mag-meeting sa kanila, nagpaalam muna ako kay Tita Cory Villanes. Na parang katok-katok lang na bumubusi na lang ako na baka pwede akong makipag-meeting doon dahil may pipitch ang TV5. So, nag-okay naman si Tita Cory. Kaya, yun na yung simula. So, nung nilatag na ni Enrico Santos sa akin, ay bongga ng concept.
Nagustuhan
Yes,
mo.
Nagustuhan ko. Naloka ako. Everyday pala. Kaya yung first taping
Napasubo.
namin, Jex, yung first taping namin kahapon, pero a day before pa, nagda-dry run
Dry
kami.
run.
Ngayon, alam mo yung ngayon mo nararamdaman yung edad mo.
Ay, oo,
Pagod
totoo
na.
yan.
54 na pala ako. Sakit na ng balakang ko, yung lower back ko. Tapos yung pag napupuyat ako at napapagod, yung gout.
Ito, si Gout. Si Gout din
Kakasundo
to.
kami
My
dyan.
God.
Parehas kayo.
Pareho pala tayo.
Yes.
Yung parang, wala naman ako kinain na beef, Wala naman ako kinain na mushroom, Tapos iisip, oo nga pala, napagod ako, napuyat ako. Ayan, isa rin
Ayun
cause
pala.
yun.
Pero aside from that po, Mama Ogs, pagdating po dun sa yung creativity nung show, especially yung mga tinatanong, kasi kilala ka po namin, no? Nagtatrending yung mga YouTube mo,
Vlogs,
di ba? Mga vlogs mo. Do you have hand in that din also?
Okay. So, sa creative side naman, meron din akong pakialam. So, binigyan naman din nila ako ng karapatan na ipa-approve sa akin yung mga katanungan nila, kung pwede. Tapos, kung meron naman akong gustong itanong, ito patanong natin kasi may issue dito ngayon.
So, lahat ng
So,
mga hot issues sa'yo nang gagal.
So, tatanong namin yon. Tatanong namin yon para mai-inject ko naman, mai-incorporate ko naman na, alam niyo ba, sa isyong ito, kunwari, si Troy Montero, di ba, merong siyang video scandal, nasangkot siya, bla, bla, bla. So, yun, in-explain namin sa TV.
Okay.
Para na rin talk show. Pero, may premyo.
Ayan, magkano
Yan
yung
ang
premyo?
ano,
Yes,
gusto
wanna
malaman.
ask that eh.
On a daily basis ito, 20,000 sa chika winner namin every day. So, 4 na contestants yan. Isa lang magwawagi ng 20,000. Pero, may consolation prize din kami para dun sa mga nalot-lot de Leon and friends.
Na Luz Valdez.
Oo, correct. So, pag nakuha pa niya yung jackpot round, additional 30,000.
Wow.
So, 50,000 every day.
Diba,
Aarte ka pa
chumika
ba?
ka lang, may 50,000 ka.
Kailangan pala mag-guest dyan kay Mama. Kanila Mama.
Oo nga eh, pwede ba mag-guest dyan?
Oo, di ba? Hindi, gigis din yata kayo.
Naku, mahirap. Madaming alam si Mama Og sa akin.
Hindi naman tungkol sa'yo.
Hindi naman tungkol
Good,
sa'yo.
good.
Sa mga
It's not about you.
ate na yon, Diego, wag ka nang, wag kang mag-worry. Oo, ako na.
Your secret is safe with Mama.
Ikakahon ko na yan bago mo na kilala si Angela. Alam ko na yan.
Te-text ko po kayo Pero Mama Ogs, invite nyo naman po yung ating mga kapatid na very excited mapanood ang Quizmosa.
Eto na nga, ayan, syempre sa ating mga kapatid, hindi lang mga kapatid, pati yung mga kapuso, kapamilya,
Kagalit.
kapusod, kagalit, kakampi, diba? Lahat yan, ako. Eto na po ang yung pagkakataon, lalo na kung mga chismosang kapitbahay kayo, aba, pag meron na kayong nalamang mga impormasyon dito sa aming show, aba, kumita ka pa. Napagkakitaan mo pa ito dahil pwede kang sumali sa amin. Bilang home partner, bilang online partner, lahat po yan i-cover namin eventually. So, ito na po yung excited na po kaming ibahagi sa inyo. Mamayang hapon.
Kailan?
Mamaya na pala.
Ang pilot episode after It Bulaga ng Quiz Mosa! Ayan, di ba, Kid?
Opo, 2:30
Ano bang
PM
gagawin
po.
mo rito, Kid? Ano
Ah.
bang role mo rito?
Ako, host ako, isa ako sa mga mambuburyo at saka magdadagdag chismis sa grupo po namin.
Ito naman, kasi meron
May
kami
kasama ka
doon,
pang iba,
pare.
di ba?
Oo, mamaya makikita nyo sila. Meron kasi kaming grupo. At, kumbaga, hinihinga namin na opinion ng audience. So, meron nga ako bilang Gen X, sina Jex bilang millennial.
Millennials.
Tapos siya naman yung Gen
Iba't ibang
Z.
perspektibo, kumbaga.
Oo.
Interactive
Di ba
siya.
masyadong lumitaw yan nung Carlos Yulo versus the
Yes,
Monk?
oo.
Totoo,
So,
totoo.
naghati-hati yung opinion.
Yo,
Kaya,
oo.
doon mo malalaman kung sino yung millennial, Gen X, Boomer, at versus Gen Z.
Ayun naman
Diba?
pala.
So, meron kaming ganyan. Kung ano yung trending na pinag-uusapan, tatalakayin namin yan bago kami mag-game proper.
Ayun,
Mga Gen X
exciting.
pala kami.
Kasi hindi ako Gen X.
Ayan, ha?
Ano tayo, millennial ba tayo?
Oo, ayan na. Ikaw na, mag-imbita ka na.
Oh,
Ako
invite
na
them.
Salita.
Ayun, iniimbitahan ko po kayo ng manood ng Quiz Mosa. Mamaya na po, after Eat Bulaga, 2:30 PM po. Hanggang 3:15, tama? 3:15 po. Kasama ko po dyan, syempre, si Mama O, ang OG sa lahat.
course.
At syempre, si Tita Jegs at Tonton Soriano.
Ayan.
Hindi siya. Hindi
Si
kita
Jegs,
Jegs.
J-E-G-S.
Hindi po ako yun.
Hindi Jegs.
Si Jego. Ayan. Ayan.
Alright, we're very
Oo.
excited. Congratulations po
Maraming
sa inyo.
salamat,
At
Angela.
good luck later.
Ayan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you po. Apa.
Sila naman magigesa.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yay! Yan. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, the legendary Mama OG Diaz at saka
Ang lakas
si
makaalam
Kid
ang
Yambao. Tay, kain po muna kayo. ng
Got our
aming-
news countdown. We'll
Salamat.
continue after a short break. Please stay tuned on One News.
Uy,
Bilang Pilipino, bilang Pilipino.
Welcome back to One News. We are now joined by one of the senatorial aspirants for the 2025 midterm polls.
Former Ilocos Sur Governor Chavit Singson is now live here in our studio. Good morning, Gov.
Good morning, God.
morning.
Thank you for joining us
Thank
this
you for
morning.
joining us today. So, syempre,
Oo.
unang tanong natin, ano po ba yung pinakarason ninyo? Bakit po kayo sasabak muli sa politika? At pagtakbo po sa Senado, bilang senador, ang inyong napili?
Yes, kasi ako kontento na ako sa aking lalawigan dahil napaganda ko, tumahimik, yumaman, at tumutulong na lang ako sa iba-ibang ano.
Right.
Like for example, the transport group.
Yes.
It's a long-time program of the government for the modernization of the electric vehicles. Never implemented because they send the drivers to the land bank to borrow money.
Yes.
They put down payment of 500 plus interest. Walang kumagat. Ayaw nila lahat. Nalugi sila eh.
Yes, oo.
So, one time, nung pupunta si Presidente when I launched my electric vehicle, the Dongfeng, which is the third largest in China, and they have the best battery. Kasi ang mga electric vehicle, pagalingan lang sa battery.
That's right, oo.
So, one charging, abot sa 630 kilometers. So, it's good. So, kako, Mr. President, now that is your time, it will happen because I will provide all electric vehicles, electric tricycles, electric motorcycles, no down payment, zero interest,
Zero interest.
no guarantee for the drivers. So, nagtakbuhan lang yung mga transport group. Kako, sige, hanapin nyo muna ang pinakamura, baka mamaya sabihin yun, nagnegosyo ako. Marami ako ibang negosyo, tulong ko lang sa drivers ito. Dahil matagal na program yan, matagal ko nang gusto tumulong. So, hinanap nila, they went to China, Korea, Philippines. Bumalik sila, 3 million ang pinakamurang nahanap namin, sir. Pero tumutulong ka naman, pwede bang 2 million? 4. Kako, ipakita ko sa inyo na ako sincere. I have only one word. Happy ba kayo kung 2 million? 4? Very happy kami, sir. So, okay, bibigay ko lang sa inyo 1.2. Hinati ko pa.
Okay.
Pero,
Zero interest. Saan kayo nakakita ng pautang zero interest?
opo.
Wala.
Zero.
Ako lang magulo ko.
Kasi passionate po kayo dun. Pero I was wondering, Governor, kasi di ba, alam naman po natin, pag senador, legislation po ang trabaho dito.
Yes,
So,
yes.
how are you going to turn this into a law? A law na batas?
Well, ang batas, hindi naman kailangan batas yun dahil tulong ko yun Lugi ako ron, pero babawiin ko. Sinabi ko nga, lugi ako dyan, babawiin ko sa ibang pangnegosyo ko. Dumating yung mga kasosyo kong Koreano, Sir, because I have a lot of factories in Korea,
Yes.
hovercraft, fast boat, submarine, and airplanes. So, babawin ko na lang sa iba. Pero dito lugi ako dahil 1-2. So, nung sinabi ko yon, it will be guaranteed by an entity. Matagal ko lang sinasabi ito, even, hindi pa ako kandidato. Even last year, sinasabi ko sa mga mayors.
Right.
Ito programa natin ako sa mga mayors. I'll be providing all. So, yun ang ginagawa. Yung gagawin ko, ginagawa ko na.
Yes.
Hindi pa nga ako. And with the financial inclusion meeting, I'll be giving away cards. You know that 77% ang taong bayan walang bank account.
That's right, yes.
That's right.
91% walang credit card. Mahirap kumuha because they'll just get denied.
That's right.
Now, ang makikinabang dito, mga maliliit negosyante and overseas workers. Because we will provide all to every Filipino with the mayors. Mayors ang kasusyo ko dyan dahil I've been the president of the Mayors League. Ginawa niya na akong emeritus president kung umalis ako. Kaya tinutuloy ko yun. We'll be giving away free to everybody with that card. Like for example, my card now is, kung anong pangalan yung bayan mo, yun ang pangalan ng card mo. Ako, Narpakan yung bayan ko, so Narpakan card.
Okay.
And ang magpapatakbong credit card natin tatlo lang. Visa, MasterCard, UnionPay. This Visa card, meaning worldwide. I can use this to any nation. But nagagamit ko, taxi, restaurant, pan-shopping, lahat.
Fully
So,
automated na
talaga-
lahat. Oo.
Yes.
Oo.
Now it's being powered by Union Bank and it's BankNet. So meaning, kasosyo ko lahat ng bangko, pwede ka mag-deposit sa any bank. And I'll be talking to other bank, but I have a backup, my own bank. I have a bank in the US called, it was approved, Bigam Banco Internacional.
Yes.
I have a local bank. And now I have a national bank digital
Ayun.
made by Japan, Hitachi,
Yes.
to help power this card.
Ang interesting, but I'd like also to pick your brains, Governor, no? Since you're a known advocate of yung transportation, nasa
Yes.
puso kasi po ng Pinoy yung tindi ng traffic, which is, in the short term pa, mahirap daw po i-solve. Pero ano po yung take nyo na sinabi ng ibang lawmakers na mag-shift tayo sa federal form of government, mag-stimulate tayo sa northern area, mag-decongest sa Metro Manila, luluwag daw ang
ang
Metro Manila itself and mas-stimulate pa daw ibang province. Ano po
That's
stance nyo
true.
dyan?
Hindi ako naniniwala dyan. Ang nagkukos sa traffic, yung libo-libong dumarating na sasakyan every year. We need more skyways.
More roads.
Hindi yung bus ang nagpapatraffic dyan. Dahil ang bus, ang plano ng gobyerno noon, ito sila sa Bulacan. Yung isang bus composed of 50 people,
Yes.
paano sila pupunta sa Manila? So you need more vehicles.
That's right.
So lalo, it will be a problem to problem, another problem. And madodoble ang pamasahin nila. So, hindi pwede yun. So, ang mga buses, diretso sa terminal nila, walang pick-up, yun ang makakatulong.
Right.
Ang nagpapatraffic, yung libo-libong pumapasok na bago.
Governor, also would like to ask you tungkol dun sa survey ng mga lumalabas na ito,
Yes.
ng mga aspirants na
Yes, yes.
sa Senado. Hindi po kayo, I hate to tell you this,
Yes.
hindi po kayo kasama doon
Yes,
sa
that's true.
Ano po ang gagawin ninyo? And
Well,
you're running independent.
In a national election, the most important is awareness. So, maglalagay na lang ako by November next month, December, January, by February, magre-rating na ako. Then, because they are not aware. They
Yes,
know me, but they don't know that I'm running.
Yes.
To give you an example, I was had a meeting of a big group of guardians. So I told them my platform and everything. After the meeting, one of them asked me, ano kung tatakbuhan niyo?
So awareness.
So awareness is the most important. So yun ang bubugbugin ko ngayon. November, January, February, you'll see the difference.
Okay.
I have a complete team studying it already. Doon, yun ang importante, awareness.
Opo.
Because they know already what I'm doing. Ilalabas ko lahat to. Wala pang nakagawa ito.
Yeah.
Dahil marami na deny eh. So everybody, who are the beneficiaries? Importante ito yung mga negosyante maliliit. When they pay their goods to Manila, they go to the bank. Magbibis pa yan, maliligo. Napapagsara pa ng bangko because the bank closes at 3. This is 24 hours. Hindi na sila lalabas
Hindi na
sa bahay
kailangan
nila.
lumabas ng bahay.
They can pay any national payment, including Meralco, lahat.
Gov, I'd like to ask you also, no? Marami po tayong gusto itanong pero unfortunately wala po tayong masyadong time. Pero we would like to ask for your comment
Yes.
dun po sa nangyaring yung statement ni Vice President Sara Duterte tungkol po sa sinabi niya na hukayin niya yung bangkay ni late President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. at tatapon niya sa West Philippine Sea. What can you say about it?
Well, I don't want to comment on that because tinulungan ko pareho yan. President Marcos wanted to run for president. Ako na nagsabi na Vice President lang gusto when nagpatulong sila sa akin. Ako nag-suggest na to run for president, but Sara at that time was very popular. So, nobody's running for president. If you file for vice president, maraming kalaban. So, my strategy is to file first for president, but when Sara will file as president, you have to slide down. I have to leverage to talk to Sara.
Okay.
You'll be protected. Deny lang siya eh. Sabi niya. So, kapalakpakan ng mga leaders sa North. Thank you, Manong, sabi niya.
But given the
So, in that, I don't want to comment.
Yes.
Pareho kong tinulungan.
But given the opportunity po kaya, would you initiate mediate?
Maibuo ulit ang unity team.
Oo.
Mabuo ulit sila, magbati sila.
Well, I cannot do anything now because I'm
Kahit-
civilian. But if I'm elected, possible, magagawa ko because that's what I've done in my province. Wala na akong naging kalaban na hindi kaibigan. So, mga kapatid ko, mga anak ko ngayon, governor, vice governor, wala mga kalaban for 2 consecutive years. So, I always reach out. President Erap, kaaway kami, magkaibigan na kami. Si Manny Pacquiao, nagkalaban kami nung eleksyon.
Yeah.
Naghalikan na kami, magkaibigan na kami. Sabay pa kami lumalabas ngayon. So, unity is very important. Mahirap yung away-away. So, I'll do my best if given the opportunity. Pag senator ako, ngayon, subigan na ako. Anong pakialam mo dito?
Alright, on that note, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
today, Senatorial Aspirant Governor, former Governor Chavit Singson.
Yeah, I like to add only. The
Apa.
beneficiary, the best, is the overseas workers. Once I give this card to them, free to their relatives, diretso sa kanila to their electric wallet, e-wallet.
Kaya malinaw
Sila ang the best, sila ang mabe-beneficiary dito. Dahil hindi na sila lalabas pa sa bahay nila. Hindi na sila pupunta sa bangko. The same thing mga kamag-anak, hindi na sila pupunta sa bangko or sa mga...
Napadali ang sistema
Diretso.
nila. Oo.
At makakatulong sa ekonomiya natin.
Yan ang sinabi ni Governor, ha? Free daw yan.
Free with the mayors.
Freedom Mayor. So,
With the mayors. Why? Because kasusyo ko mayor dito, dahil yung card lang ang may bayad, which is 167, the rest, gastos ko na. Kasi yung card, security card yun eh.
yes.
Now, ako nang bahala maglagay sa bangko, banknet, sa credit card and everything. I'll be spending a lot.
Sige
So para may participation sila,
Opo.
sa kanila yung card.
Okay.
Yes. O, sige
That's
po.
why I'm going-
Hopefully, we can still invite you po para mas mapag-usapan pa po natin. Iba po niyo po pong platform.
Oo, madami
Yes.
pa pwede pag-usapan.
Malayo-layo pa
Oo.
naman ang election. But
Thank you.
for the meantime, maraming salamat po sa
Salamat.
former Governor Chavit Singson.
Maraming salamat. Thank
O, hindi pa tayo tapos, ha?
Babalik
Meron
tayo.
pa tayong 2 more sa countdown natin.
Keep it here on One News.
Yes.